Hi friends, it's Terry from Kigaroo Tarot, still out here in Maui. Wow, it's a lot of pretty area. Today I'm going to tell you about a dream. So just to let you know a little bit about me, before I have deliberately learned to use my psychic abilities and my mediumship abilities, I always access these through dreams. And I could tell the difference between a dream and that it was just a regular dream that I'm going to forget, like you or anybody else, and a spiritual dream that I'm going to remember all of my life, actually. And so one of the things is this wasn't actually my dream, it was my sister's dream. The sister who doesn't know she's a very powerful psychic medium. And what usually happens if a loved one of mine dies, within about 2 weeks, I get a visit from them in a dream and get to talk to them. And they pass on a message, usually messages of like, everything's okay, I'm just happy here, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes there's a message for me too, and I'll tell you more about those when they're telling me not to do something or to do something. And this one is, I wanted to follow this dream up because it really does follow that series on protection and what you can expect from the spiritual side, kind of. So my sister had this dream when my brother died. So this was my brother and my dad contacting us. So my brother died in 2009, and it was not unexpected, but it was, very hard because he was young. He was probably only about 47, 48, and he died of heart failure, but really it was complications of diabetes, which runs in our family. And so when he died, I also knew that I would have to be his executor. And so I was in a lot of grief, but also in a lot of fear. The fear was really ruling me, like, he doesn't have any money, you can't put your money into the estate at all, I can't hire a lawyer, I'm just going to have to figure this out myself. And I had taken some law classes before, so I could do that, but still nobody will talk to you about this kind of thing. Lawyers, nobody will. Nobody will help guide you. So really I had to feel my way blindly through this. So I did not get that visitation from my brother. My sister did. So we were all in the same house waiting, and my sister laid down, not waiting, but just hanging out together, trying to figure out what to do. My sister laid down and took a nap. And in the nap, she had the dream, the visitation. And she woke up and she immediately said, I had the most unusual dream. And I knew what it was. I knew it was for me. It was for all of us, but it was something for me. So she said, in my dream, I went to heaven. And I was outside the pearly gates, those metaphorical gates that have been talked about for years. I couldn't go in, but I could just stand outside the gates. And inside the gates, I could see Dad and Troy. Troy's my brother. And they were far away, but Dad had his arm around Troy's shoulder, and they were walking together, and they were so happy. Now, just a little bit to let you know about my dad and brother. My dad is a very loving person. You just knew, no matter who you were, even a stranger, what you were going to get when you talked to my dad was love. He was a parent, but he was also love, and so he was just an amazing human being. My brother Troy, he was a really good person too, but he fought life. From the moment he popped out of my mother's womb, he was a jailhouse lawyer. He wouldn't, even when he was like 5 years old and we're going to go on vacation, he would harangue my parents like, how dare you tell me we're going on vacation without 2 weeks notice? You should give me 2 weeks notice and potentially even contact my lawyer. This kid had a lawyer all the time. We have no idea who it was, but he had one. He fought everything. Everything was done the hard way. Everything was, nothing was just plain fun. Something, everything was against him. Or did you see that look somebody gave me? Or, life was, he had fun. And he could be a very loving person, but he also did everything the hard way. So, back to the dream. So Troy and Dad are walking towards the gates, towards Tammy, but they're quite far away and she can't go in. And as they're walking towards her, she suddenly can start hearing their conversation. And their heads start growing very large in comparison to their body, but by their heads growing very, very large, like balloons, Tammy can hear exactly, she can hear exactly what they're saying. And Troy is doing all the talking. And they're just so joyful to be together. But Troy is saying, wow, it was so easy. I didn't realize how easy it was. How come I made it so hard? How come I made life so hard? So easy. We were just supposed to enjoy it and have joy and live life. It was so easy, but boy, I made it hard. Wow. It was supposed to be so easy. And then that's the end of the dream. And I have remembered that all of my life. And it's a super good lesson. Yes, we came here to do something. We all have a job. We all have something, but technically it is so easy. So if you are making your life much more difficult than it needs to be, if you are stressed out, if you are really making this hard, or life is really hard, try to remember what Troy said. It was supposed to be so easy. I believe that happiness is a choice. We make that choice. And I also believe that you can make that choice. You can be happy even in the worst of times. We're just here learning lessons. We're like adventurers. Think of it like an adventure. We're down here spelunking to the earth and we are having an adventure. So treat it like that. Have fun. Don't waste your life. Don't waste your life arguing over everything and fussing and fuming inside. Try to remember that. It was supposed to be so easy. So easy. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to do a little tarot. And this is hard because I don't have anything to really do this with. I'm holding my camera. So let's see if I can do this. So I'm going to put this on hold a sec.